All right, good morning. I'm Dr. Penn Moody from Moody Eyes in Indianapolis, and today we're going to talk a little bit about retail versus medical model in an optometry practice. And a couple of things I want to talk about are, one, the percentage of care that you provide professionally as well as your retail sales. And according to the CEBA MBA, I guess it's CEBA Alcon now MBA program, 17% of a practice will be medical. About 22% will be eye exams, regular eye exams, vision exams, if you will. About 43% will be glasses sales, and about 16% will be contact lens sales. So if you add that up, you see that close to 60% of a typical practice will be retail. What I've noticed in the last few years is that optometry seems to be really focused on the medical model. And this is not to say that's not important. Our patients come to us for eye care, as well as optical devices and vision correction. So providing quality medical eye care is very important, and I don't mean to diminish that at all. But I do think that sometimes we get caught up in one aspect of our practice, and therefore end up not really focusing on the other parts as much as we should. And that's really what I want to talk about for a few minutes here today. So the first thing is, the fees in a medical practice are controlled by outside forces. Primarily, yeah, we have some accessory things that we can charge, but with the ACA coming on and medical insurance and all that, what we can gain from a visit is pretty much predetermined. Whereas with an optical sale, you have some options. You can have second pairs, you can have sunglass sales, you can have AR, you can have all those kinds of different things that can add to your bottom line, which you can't do for medical. The second thing is, I think that it's important that we don't forget our legacy and our history. Optometry has always been where patients and the public has gone for good vision correction. And as we've moved in the last 25 or 30 years towards more medical care, we can't forget the fact they still come to us so they can see well. And years ago I had an ophthalmologist, this was before LASIK and before PRK. An ophthalmologist asked me, what's the #1 vision correction in the United States? And after glasses, it was cataract surgery. And why do we do cataract surgery? It's so that so people can see better. So it's really about vision anyway. So what I think you need to do, and what we've done, is separate our practice into two parts. We have the professional eye care part, and then we have the optical retail part. And those are really two different mindsets. Because the professional care is really the doctor-patient relationship. It's personal care. It's taking care of the whole health of the person as related to their vision. And it's a real professional doctor part of the practice. The retail part is really retail. It's a different mindset. And so I think a lot of times an example would be, we talk a lot in our industry about the handoff. When the doctor finishes with the exam, how he or she hands the patient off to the optician or the person, staff member is going to help them. But do we also think about the difference in the environment that we create when you do the handoff? Because you're handing them off to not only a different person, but also to a different environment. So I just think it's important that we look at those things and really consider that. So when I look at retail, I look at three basic categories or parts to it. And one is the environment. You know, how easy it is to get in and out of, what are the colors, what are the displays, and the merchandise. How does it feel? And I think that's important. A doctor's office, an exam room, is going to feel much different than a retail environment. The second thing is the attitude. You know, I'm a little concerned sometimes about presenting too many things in the exam room as almost come across like selling stuff, because I think we want to present the options that we recommend for the patient, but not necessarily, it's not sales environment in a way. When you go to the retail environment, it is an attitude, it's a sales. This looks good on you, this doesn't, like that. And then the last thing is the presentation. The presentation in a retail environment is a little bit more enthusiastic and a little bit more emotional driven, whereas a professional presentation exam room is a little bit more information driven, education driven, like that. So when I look at it, to summarize, what I think is that we need to continue to provide and improve and get better all the time at our medical care, but we don't want to forget the retail environment.